business. So I work a lot on the business operations and looking at how we can put into place processes and build out the different functions, bring the right people on board to fulfill those, and then keep growing different parts of the business. So a lot of my focus at the moment is on our acquisitions and the appraisal side of the business, and getting that process structured, and hopefully getting some new deals across the line, but obviously caveat with it being COVID-19 at the moment, so just being optimistic but cautious as well.
So Grace, what I've learned is a time of experimentation. No one has all the answers as well. So I noticed significantly, for example, people are online, using online tools differently. How's Melt Property using online technology in terms of,
we do a lot of Zoom calls, a little bit like this one, but we don't go live onto YouTube. That would be interesting. But no, we have worked from home a lot anyway. We all tend to work remotely, and we'll see each other, in a non-COVID-19 world, once or twice a week in London at meetings or on site. So for us, it's just a little bit of an adaptation, working from home all the time rather than part of the time. But we do a lot of Zoom calls. We have dedicated calls for each project that we're working on, so we can all collaborate on, those specific projects at that one time and then move on to the next one. So we're being really time efficient. And we also have general team catch-ups, finance catch-ups, marketing calls, all of that stuff. So we've got it really systemized and down at the moment. And yeah, I mean, the main shift is just moving all of the meetings that we did have in person to being online, but that has actually meant that we've been able to be a lot more time efficient with what we do. So yeah, in some ways it's been useful for productivity, but obviously the circumstances aren't great, but productivity I think has gone up quite a bit.
Sure. So Grace, just one other quick question. So tomorrow afternoon, 2:30, you're going to join myself. We're going to be streaming probably on YouTube, just to give my listeners on YouTube a head start as well. In terms, and I'm pensive because I know Aaron doesn't like me asking this question, but I ask anyway. Is there a particular panelist you're looking forward to hearing from? So
I can't play favorites, Brendan.
Yeah.
I am interested though, I mean, I'm interested in all of them, but Gavin I haven't spoken to before, and I know he's quite a big developer out in Ireland.
Gavin J. Gallagher from 9,000 employees on site pre-COVID-19, one of the largest office parks in Europe.
Exactly. So I'm interested to find out a little bit more about that, his background as well, and I guess also the impact that COVID-19 has had on his business, because as you say, there were so many businesses and people on site for his office park until this point, that I'm interested to find out how that's impacted, because clearly it would have had an impact, but also how he's pivoting and I guess overcoming this challenging situation that we're in at the moment. But as I said, can't play favorites. I'm interested in hearing from everybody.
So you can understand why Aaron tells me off for that question, Aaron Yahara. So Paul Pinder, one of the partners at Ronald Fletcher Baker. We've got international sporting star Richard Thorpe, played for Rugby World Cup 2015 as well. Grace, any final thoughts? I promised it would be five minutes. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's 60 minutes, but today.
I know 5 minutes is quite a quick time for tomorrow. Final thoughts. I think, yeah, I mean, at this point in time, everyone, I think people's businesses are having to adapt, and it is at points a bit of a struggle, right? But I think it's important to stay positive, look forward, and look at how we can be solution focused with our businesses. So if our businesses have been impacted significantly by COVID, which a lot have, then I think it's looking at, okay, well, how can we overcome that? What could we do to pivot our strategy to actually then, make this time work for us as best as possible and help us to make our businesses stronger and more resilient? And I think that will vary a lot depending on the industry that people are in, and also how they've gone about their businesses to this point and what stage they're at too. But I think that's really key as well, because obviously it is a challenging time and it isn't easy for anybody. But I do also think that we need to take that responsibility at looking at, okay, what can we ourselves do, because it is our responsibility to look at what we can do to keep our businesses afloat and to actually improve things and take on board principles that we can then use for the long term, not just during this lockdown. So yeah.
Great. I just want to say a massive thanks for taking time out. 60 minutes tomorrow. So the 60-minute special, join myself, join Grace Ballantyne. We've got, I mentioned the likes of Gavin J. Gallagher, who will be coming on board tomorrow afternoon. And massive thanks to Zoom as well for making this possible. So we'll be Zooming.
Sponsored by Zoom.
What's that?
Sponsored by Zoom.
not sponsored by Zoom yet. But we will give them an opportunity to come in as a sponsor if they're interested, a media sponsor, so a web sponsor, you could say. So thanks, Grace, and thanks to our listeners out there. So 2:30 Friday afternoon, Friday the 1st, not 31st, 1st of May.